One of the best ways to capture people's attention is to have a pop-up on your website, and this video tutorial is going to show you how to create a pop-up using Squarespace. Hi, by the way, my name's Freya Padmore. I'm a website designer and I help business owners like you to create websites that save you time, make you money, and don't make you want to crawl in a hole every single time you have to send it to somebody. And if you like this video, remember to subscribe so you receive the next one. I post videos like this every single week, but let's get to it. So you want to create a pop-up for your Squarespace website. The first thing you're going to need to do is head to Pages and then scroll all the way down to your website tools, and then there will be promotional pop-up, and that is where we're going to set up our pop-up. So I've got one that's just displayed here because this is what I've already set up for my business, but I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can set this up for yourself. And it's pretty straightforward in that we're just going to go through each of these steps one by one to create the pop-up that we want, starting with selecting a layout. So we can choose a layout that works best for us. For example, if you wanted the image on the left-hand side, you can create one here. I like to have the pop-up that's the one at the top. And my only suggestion is I don't recommend creating a pop-up that takes up the whole page. So for example, this one, you can't see the website behind it. And the reason I say that is because it can confuse people, it can put people off. So I always recommend selecting one that only takes up a section of the screen and kind of like overlays your current website. So I'm going to select that design. And what I'm then going to do is start going through step by step. So firstly, the action. What do I want people to do when they click on this pop-up? So you've got the option to sign up for a newsletter where it comes up with a form directly on your website, or you can have click a button. And I use the click a button option because my email marketing is set up on a different platform. I don't use Squarespace's email marketing. If you do use Squarespace's email marketing, signing up for a newsletter directly on the pop-up is a great idea, but alternatively, you can just have a button that says download now, and it's going to take people to your landing page. So I've just typed in the text for my button and the page that I want people to be taken to. I'm then going to hit save and head back to my promotional pop-up settings. I'm then going to go down to content, where this is where you can start to add in the text for your pop-up. So you want to make it really snappy, really quick, easy to read, so people can skim it and decide either yes or no straight away. So something like snappy, like download your free website care guide, that's really impactful because people know straight away, what is it that I'm asking them for? Is it a discount? Is it like a get your 20% discount code, for example, something like that, that's going to really incentivize people to actually click on this pop-up. We don't want to just have sign up to my newsletter because no one really wants that. Everyone's email inbox is already busy. So you want to have a quick and snappy title that you can include, and that is where you will add it. And then going to start to edit the display and timing settings. So this is when do I want my pop-up to show? And this is actually where we can get really creative. So for example, if you want your pop-up to only show on particular pages, then this is where you'll set that setting. So for me, I only want my pop-up to show on particular pages. So I don't want a pop-up for my mailing list to be popping up when people are in the middle of reading about one of my offers, if they're on one of my sales pages. Or maybe they're even in the middle of getting in contact with me, or they've clicked on a contact page. I don't want my pop-up to come up and distract them away from that thing that's going to get them closer to the sale. So my pop-up only shows on my blog pages, my home pages, my about pages, those things that aren't like at the moment of sale or at the moment of getting in touch with me. So that's when my pop-up will appear. We'll then go down to timing. So when do you want this to pop up? You don't want it to pop up straight away. That can be seen as really spammy. Google can sense that, and it's going to like deprioritize your website if you've got a really spammy pop-up. So you want it to have a slight delay before people start to see that pop-up. And I personally like to have it based on timer rather than scroll, so it doesn't matter where they are on the page, they're still going to see my pop-up. And I have set mine to 10 seconds is when it will start to pop up, because people who have been on my website for 10 seconds is probably a good sign that they're going to be sticking around for a while and they're interested in what I have to say. And then lastly is frequency. So how often do you want somebody to see this pop up? I've set it so that I want people to see it after 30 days, after they've seen it for the first time. Or you can set, if you've got the newsletter sign up, you can say don't show again after newsletter sign up. and you also have the option if you want it to display on mobile or not. So those are your promotional settings in terms of display and timing. We then got the option to add an image. And an image can really make or break a pop-up. So you want it to be eye-catching. I really like to actually show the freebie that I am offering. Maybe it is a webinar or something like that. When you've got an eye-catching photo or image or graphic that can really capture people's attention, it's just going to make your pop-up all the more effective. So this is where you would add an image. And then lastly is the style. So this is where you can change the colors. Squarespace's default is just this white and black look, but this is where you will change it, and you'll also have the option to change the fonts to the particular font that you want. For me, I always like to have my background and background colors set to my branded colors, so you can set all of these settings when you are setting up your pop-up. And when you scroll all the way down, it's going to ask you what you want it to look like on mobile. So if you have set your pop-up to display on mobile, it will have different settings automatically. So you just want to make sure that your mobile settings are the correct colors, etc., etc. These are all things that you want to make sure that you have set up. And then once you've made all of the changes, you're going to hit save. And the very final step will be to make sure that you actually display your pop-up and you toggle that on. So that means that my website is now going to be shown, my pop-up is now going to be shown when people land on my website, obviously depending on the page because I set it to a particular setting. But that is how you create a pop-up on Squarespace. It's really straightforward. Squarespace makes it really easy for you to create one yourself and just get a bit creative, have a play around, see which ones are the most effective for you, and don't forget to make sure it doesn't come across as really spammy, it doesn't come across as really distracting. You want it to be engaging and capture people's attention, but you don't want it to put people off of your website. Thanks so much for watching this video tutorial. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, remember to like the video and subscribe so you'll receive next week's Squarespace tutorial.